again. This is
Kirby Kwan Jr.
Let's go. Hello everybody, my name is Kirby Kwan Jr. and I'm back for yet another video. Today, after a whole year of a delay, I'm finally going to get around to reviewing the snake eye sword that I got from Fan Expo. And look, it actually fits in the whole frame. So I'm going to be looking at this piece from a few different perspectives. I'm going to be looking at this as an actual sword, or I guess SLO in this case, as a performance prop, as well as just a replica. So let me just go ahead and unsheath this, and I'll set the scabbard to the side for the time being. So this particular sword here, I'm wearing gloves not because this is sharp, it's because it's oiled. So this particular sword is made of carbon steel. I'm not exactly sure what carbon steel. I'm assuming it's probably on the lower end because this isn't even heat treated properly or tempered properly. Like it's consistently soft on pretty much the whole entire blade and tang. The edge geometry does sort of match the theme of the one used in the movie, but there are some subtle differences. Like it's a little bit, it's not wide enough compared to the string used sword. It's missing the fuller lines running down the sword, and the geometry itself is very soft and subtle just because of how thin the blade actually is. Like as you can see, it almost completely disappears. The curve, it is curved like a real katana, and it does actually have these serrated edges here. If I could come in a little bit closer, as you can see, and there is also the Arashikage emblem, and then you also got some kind of cast iron on the disc guard. While the carvings and cutouts are correct, the paint and beveling is wrong, because the beveling, as you can see, over here and here and here, it's only on this side. It should be on both sides, and it should be in silver. The handle is made out of wood, and as you can see, the tang pokes through. It's made of wood and it's clamped completely. In the movie, the tang is actually exposed. You can see it out from here, and it even protrudes out the end here to form a pseudo pommel. One slight issue with mine is the guard is a little loose. So let's talk about how this would function as a sword. I already mentioned the loose guard as being a bit of an issue, but I'm pretty sure if you get some spacers for it, it'll be fine. The blade itself, even though it is made of carbon steel, it's a little bit too thin for my liking. And mind you, I do like thin swords, and I have trained in Iaido really briefly at a point. The tip is a little bit pointy, and let's see where the balance point is. So the balance point is pretty good, being close to the guard, but a little bit higher. So the balance point of the whole sword isn't bad. That's actually pretty good. I'm noticing there is a really subtle distal taper on the spine. You could easily not notice it. The handle though I really like. It's a no nonsense design, and frankly I feel like this is actually what a modern katana should be like. The tang should just roll right through it, and it should be encased in wood or G10 or whatever type of materials is out there. So the handle I like because it is functional. I wish it was a little bit more ergonomic though. I could still very easily gauge where the edge of the blade is. The blade itself, like I said, is not sharpened. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, there's a flat on it. It's not sharpened. It's a false edge. And if it was sharpened, I still don't think it would make for a really practical blade, just because I know for a fact it hasn't been tempered properly, and the edge here has not been differentially hardened like a real katana. So basically, this is strictly for display, or I guess costuming purposes. Now the funny thing is, I got this at Fan Expo last year in 2017. Now here comes the only thing that I actually got from the convention. And I said that I wasn't gonna buy anything, but I did, and this is what it is. This is, but I'm almost certain that this is not con safe, and they will not allow you to wear this, or I guess cosplay with this, just because, even though it is false edge and it's not sharp, you could still hurt somebody with this, since it is metal, has a good weight to it. fuck, I just lost my trail of thought. As a prop, this is not a bad prop. It is fairly accurate, and you could tell where it's from if you paid attention enough. If you paid even greater attention, you'll realize like the mistakes I mentioned. The blade is probably the most passable. It's the handle that is wrong. These cutouts here really should go completely through the tang itself, and the tang should be exposed around the edges and should even protrude to form a pommel, like I said. But I think that's okay. That's okay. Small things like that is fine. And like I said, it does resemble the sword that Snake Eyes uses in G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, and a little bit in Retaliation. It is full length, so it does have the 26 or 27 inch blade. The handle is shorter than most Astro katanas. You can see I barely have enough space for both my hands. I have medium glove sizes. I could fit large, but medium is more dexterous for me, and as you can see, it's just gotta cover my face. Barely accommodates my two hands. This is actually accurate. The real sword prop that they used did not have a really long handle. I'll go ahead and set this aside and talk about the scabbard really quickly. So this is the scabbard here. For the most part, it has this this sort of leather look on wood. It is a wooden piece. It also has lacquered speckling all over it. This knot here I did for the little Suka Ito is on purpose. I like it to look like that a little bit more. And it does have a metal cap on there. It's simple. It's not as accurate as, let's say, the sword is, but it is functional though. And it does keep the sword does stay in there. It does rattle a little bit, as you might be able to hear, but it is still nice. I just let it sit like this on a shelf. I would prefer if I got a two-tiered shelf to sort of have it like such, with the blade, with the sword on top and the scabbard on bottom. Or I guess realistically, I should have the heavier item on the bottom. Yeah, it is nice to have, even though it technically doesn't do anything. Now, I've personally performed stunts on stage a little bit in my time, and the swords that we used were either made of completely aluminum or were made of wood with aluminum coating. And I don't know if I would use this on stage per se. It does feel good in hand. It feels like a real sword because it is, constructed like one for the most part, except for the tempering and folding process of the steel. It's just, there's something about it. I wish I could tell you what it is. There's something about it that just doesn't seem right if I were to use this on stage. Oh, actually, I think what it is, it's the handle, just because of how simple it is. There's no like grooves or notches for your fingers. I know that these look like they may do something, they really don't in my opinion. And that's probably why it feels like it could slip out of my hands even though I'm wearing gloves. And again, the gloves are not because the blade is sharp, it's because the blade is actually oiled, pre-oiled, so I know it won't rust, which is a nice thing. I think that's about it for this video. Just a really quick video on this Snake Eyes prop sword that I got from Fan Expo of 2017. I guess every single October I just have to have a video about a prop of sorts. Yeah, the battery's dying, so it's perfect. I gotta end the video now. So yeah, my name is Kirby Kwan Jr. Thank you for watching this video on the Snake Eyes sword. I got new videos every single Friday, sometimes bonus videos on Tuesdays as well. So if you're with it, come and get it. This is Kirby Kwan Jr., but for now, I'm out. Peace.